What grade did Ryan Pace get for the 2021 NFL Draft? What is up, guys? I'm back with the Chicago Bears draft update videos. Now that the draft is finally over, I'll be coming out with more videos, breaking down all the picks, breaking down how they fit on the roster, making more hype videos, all that good stuff, and I honestly cannot wait to do them, okay? For the first time in a while, I'm just so optimistic about the direction the Bears franchise is going, and it's all because of this draft. Okay, this draft blew my wildest expectations by a long shot, okay? I did not even think a lot of the stuff that we did in this draft was going to be possible, but Ryan Pace somehow made it possible, okay? And he's being treated very well by the media for doing that. Okay, just before this weekend, a lot of people in the media were calling for Ryan Pace's job, saying how he was the worst general manager in the NFL, but this draft, honestly, could very well change that, okay? Obviously, these players do have to play on the football field and prove themselves, but on paper, this is probably one of the most solid drafts I've ever seen the Bears have, at least in my lifetime. So, in this video, I'll be grading every single pick of Ryan Pace's 2021 NFL Draft, giving my brief thoughts on each pick. If you want a longer version of each, analysis for each pick, I already made longer videos before this one, kind of breaking down each pick in more detail, so check that out first if you want to. But in this video, I'll be giving grades based on, value, if you did get the best player available, if you did fill a position of need, and so on. Okay, that's how I'll be grading these picks. But enough talking, let's get on with the video. So obviously, first pick in the draft of the 2021 NFL Draft, Ryan Pace trades up from pick number 20 to pick number 11 with the New York Giants and drafts quarterback Justin Fields out of The Ohio State University. And I'm not going to waste too much time with this one, guys. This is obviously an A+ pick by Ryan Pace. Okay, one of the best value picks according to PFF in draft history. Okay, in over 50 years of drafting, this is one of the best value picks because of where we got him, but also because of how dominant he was in college. Okay, this guy was, a lot of people had him as being ranked the number 2 quarterback behind Trevor Lawrence, one of the best quarterback prospects of all time, and just this season he somehow slid down so many people's draft boards. Okay, and make no mistake about it, man, the Bears got extremely lucky that Justin Fields somehow did slide, but Ryan Pace having the conviction to go up there and get his guy, even though it did mean, sacrificing a first rounder, that is an A+ home run hit, in my opinion, because you're also filling a position of insane need. Okay, the Bears have never had a quarterback, and they have never had a quarterback either like this. Okay, all of our quarterback prospects, none of them even compared to what Justin Fields was in college. So to get a quarterback with superstar level potential to finally give hope to our tortured fan base, that is most definitely an A+ pick by Ryan Pace. Moving on to our second pick of the draft, Ryan Pace traded up yet again to the top of the second round, giving up our 3rd rounder and 6th rounder in the process, but also receiving a 5th rounder, which he used later on. But in the second round, he drafted offensive tackle Teven Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. And this pick, guys, in my opinion, is also an A+. Okay, by far, because a lot of smart people had Teven Jenkins ranked as like the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th best prospect in this entire draft class. Okay, he was one of the best offensive tackles in this very stacked offensive tackle class, and the Bears somehow got him in the second round. That is absolutely mind-boggling to me, okay? A lot of us Bears fans wanted Teven Jenkins at pick number 20. We somehow got him in the second round after also getting our quarterback of the future. Like, that does not happen every single year. Obviously, you have to get a little bit lucky, but for Ryan Pace having the conviction also to trade up and get his guy, get his left tackle or right tackle, wherever he ends up playing, of the future, that is an insanely good pick, okay, in terms of value, but also in terms of filling a very big position of need. We have not had star tackle play in Chicago in a very, very long time, and to give your quarterback of the future, Justin Fields, an actual good left tackle, that is just so good for his development, and you're putting your quarterback in a position to succeed. And that's exactly how you build a franchise, okay? Get your quarterback, then get the protection around him. That's how you build really good offenses. So this is obviously an A+ pick, in my opinion, okay? Getting a really talented guy, one of the best offensive tackle prospects and also filling in a position of big need. The next pick that Ryan Pace had came in the 5th round. He drafted offensive tackle Larry Borom from Missouri, so he double dipped at the offensive tackle position, and I would give this pick an A-. Okay, if you looked at my other video, obviously I talked about how Larry Borom was actually one of the best, tackles in all of the SEC last year. Okay, before last year, he did struggle a little bit, but last year he had a very dominant season. So for him to fall down to us at pick, in round 5, and for us to continue to invest in this offensive line to help out our quarterback of the future, I have to give an A- for that one. Okay, maybe there were some better players on the board at other positions, but I totally get trying to build up the trenches, because that's exactly what we didn't do last time around with Mitchell Trubisky. Okay, this time with Justin Fields, we're actually trying to put him in a position to succeed, okay, to give him enough time to throw the football, to make sure he stays upright, and that's exactly what you're doing with this pick. So overall, solid pick. It deserves an A- in my opinion. If you look at Pace's next pick that came in the 6th round, he traded back to draft running back Khalil Herbert from Virginia Tech, and I would give this pick a B-, because running back honestly is not a big position of need for us at all, so it's kind of questionable even drafting one in the first place when you already have a lot of great ones. But I guess if he does become a kick returner, which he definitely could be, okay, he did return kicks in college, then it does make sense to some extent. Okay, maybe I still would have liked us to draft a cornerback or a safety or somebody for more depth, but I'm not going to hate on the pick too much, because the guy is insanely talented, okay? And he was a steal to some extent. A lot of people did have him going higher. He is very versatile. He could be very good running back depth if Dave Montgomery goes down. So it's not a horrible pick, but personally, I probably would have went in a different direction. So that's why I give it a B-. If you move on to the next pick then, in the 6th round also, we drafted Dazz Newsome, actually, wide receiver from North Carolina at pick number 221. And I would give this pick, guys, an A. Okay, a good solid A, because this is another very good value pick, in my opinion. Okay, a guy that's named the human highlight reel, a guy that also fills in a position of need for a slot receiver. We badly did need more depth of the receiver, because behind Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, we don't have a lot of proven options. So getting an insanely talented receiver who did have a lot of success in North Carolina, playing with Sam Howell, inserting him into the system where he's eventually going to be playing with Justin Fields, it very well could work out. And I also like how we're surrounding Justin Fields with a lot of good talent. Okay, we're giving him better offensive line play. We're giving him more receivers. So this philosophy change from Ryan Pace, I think it's really going to enable Justin Fields to succeed. So I would give this pick a good solid A. Then we move on to pick number 228 in the 6th round as well, a compensatory pick in which Ryan Pace used to draft Thomas Graham Jr., cornerback out of Oregon. And I would give this pick, guys, an A+. Okay, an insanely good value pick again, but probably a better value pick, honestly, than any other pick he made in this draft besides Justin Fields, because Thomas Graham, guys, was viewed by a lot of people to go in the top 3 rounds. Okay, he was a 3rd round prospect to a lot of people. He was one of the best cornerbacks in all of college football in the time that he played, but he dropped a lot due to not playing in 2020, okay, due to opting out of the 2020 season. And because some people also maybe don't like his size or some other traits, but his play speaks for himself. Okay, I think he's going to be a good corner in the NFL. He could honestly be a starter pretty soon for us, in which case getting him in the 6th round is just, again, very good value. So I have to give an A+ to Ryan Pace for that pick. And finally, in the 7th round, the Chicago Bears drafted Khyiris Tonga, defensive tackle from BYU. Now this guy is more of a developmental prospect, so it's kind of hard to grade guys like this where you don't really know what they're going to be like once they get to the NFL. But based on just pure value and based on his traits and his size and everything, I would give this pick probably an A-. Okay, this is probably the best player available on the board. It doesn't really fill in a position of need for us, but hey, you can never have enough depth on the defensive line, okay? Especially considering the fact that Eddie Goldman is coming back after missing the entire 2020 season. So getting another guy for depth, I give an A- for that one. If you combine all the picks together, then I gave an A+ for the Justin Fields pick. I gave an A+ for the Teven Jenkins pick, an A- for the Larry Borom pick, a B- for the Khalil Herbert pick, an A for the Dazz Newsome pick, an A+ for the Thomas Graham pick, and an A- for the Khyiris Tonga pick. So overall, Ryan Pace gets an A+ from me for the 2021 NFL draft. Okay, his best draft in my opinion by far. It's not even close. Okay, he got 2 superstar level talents at our 2 biggest positions of need, which I did not even think was going to be possible. Okay, I thought it would be crazy if we get one of them. Okay, if we get one of Justin Fields or Teven Jenkins, we got both of them. Okay, our quarterback of the future and our left tackle of the future as well. We got some insanely good value picks late in this draft. We drafted a guy like Thomas Graham in the 6th round who should have gone in the 3rd round. You got, potential starters like Borom, Dazz, Newsome. So this is honestly the best possible draft that Ryan Pace could have had. Okay, he blew all of our mock drafts out of the water because he did things that I did not even think were possible. Trading up for Justin Fields and trading up for Teven Jenkins, getting very good value picks later on, filling in practically all the positions of need for us. Like, you could not have done that any better if you are Ryan Pace. And honestly, man, he probably changed the franchise with this draft. Obviously, we have to wait and see how these players pan out. I'm not going to try to crown the Bears, before they're actually playing the game. So it is kind of early to say that. But on paper, man, this is probably the best draft the Bears have had in decades. You got your quarterback of the future in Justin Fields. You got your left tackle of the future also in Teven Jenkins. And you also got some very good value picks later on. Hats off to Ryan Pace. What a phenomenal job by him. Let me know what your thoughts on this draft are down below in the comments. But as always, bear down.